What time is it? It's Packard Folks at time. Hat? Check. Shirt? Check. Pants? Optional. Mug? Double check. Check us out at cafepress.com/PackardPokesat where you can get all this great merchandise and more.
Do you like Packard Pokesat and want to hear it on demand and on the go? Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
This is Packard Pokesat, and I'm poking at your news. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Packard Pokesat, the midweek show. This is episode 400, 500, 5,000. I don't know. It's 448. It feels like 5,000 of these sometimes.
I feel so old.
I've done a lot of them.
Who keeps track?
I do. I do. Someone keeps track. I don't know. Someone's keeping track.
Or rather, off the tracks, like a runaway train.
Yeah, we do go off the track quite a bit around here, but that's
good sometimes.
Yeah, rabbit holes everywhere. If this was a piece of dirt, you know, out in the and you were looking to buy it, you'd find a lot of rabbit holes. How did you have a story for us?
Yeah, Trump claims immunity.
Oh, does he?
Because he's the president. There's been a lawsuit that was filed against him from a former. Oh, sorry, that was an ad that popped up. I didn't do that earlier. Of course, it didn't. Anyway, plumps. Okay. Rubber baby butt.
He is a big fat ass.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. Next person. No, his attorneys in court said that he should be immune from defamation lawsuit filed against him because of his presidential duties. Summer Zervos, a former contestant from The Apprentice, sued Trump in New York on January 17th, just days before inauguration. She came forward in October and accused Trump of kissing and groping her at Beverly Hills hotel room in 2007. He denies the accusation, including a series of tweets calling the allegations 100% fabricated and made up charges. Totally false, totally made up nonsense. But yeah, he thinks that because he's president, that he shouldn't be able to, he's immune from being sued. So, yeah, I don't know. The level of stupidity, ignorance, whatever you want to call it, with the tribble of state is truly deep and awe-inspiring. I don't know.
Speaking of awe-inspiring, did you check how the video where he's supposed to be? They start playing the national anthem, and you know, most people you put your hand over your heart and the whole 9 yards, and she's standing with Milana sitting off the right, just to his right. And the music's playing. Everybody else got their hand on their heart, and she's like, taps like, "Hey, you're the fucking president. Put your hand up." Like, "Oh yeah."
Wait, what? I have to do a thing? Oh God! Can I just bomb somebody? That's what he's thinking.
I think that's all. I think that's all he wants to do. Hey, Atheist Ranger, thank you for joining us.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Ranger.
The fact that he thinks just because he's president, he's immune from being prosecuted.
Yeah.
No, we can
another day.
I'll persecute him from the day from now until he fucking leaves. Although the other day I was heading back from work and I went to pop on my radio. I hit the AM station accidentally, and I heard fucking Rush Limbaugh's go, "Well, they shouldn't be complaining. He's now the president." It's like, you motherfucking piece of shit. I didn't have it on for like more than 3 seconds, but I caught that part of it, and I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. You were complaining that that Obama was in office for fucking 8 years. You don't get to say, you don't get to complain anymore. You don't get to do that. No, fuck off and die. You fucking piece of fat blobby shit.
Wait, Rush Limbaugh's a hypocrite? Shocking.
Yeah. Shocking, I know, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Tom, did you have something you wanted to talk about?
Well, it's a toss-up. I was shocked to find out that Bill O'Reilly looks like he's out of Fox News affiliation.
Oh,
yeah, we've been hearing
about
this. Yeah, I've been hearing about this.
He's a mainstay, but apparently he's been following Trump's lead and doing a little groping himself.
Well, also Roger Ailes is a lead, doing a little bit of groping. And the thing was, because Roger Ailes was at the head of the ship there, as it were, and he's like, yeah, well, I can't fire him for doing the same thing that I'm doing,
Yeah.
So
we got some big name sponsors like Mercedes-Benz pulling on the show saying, you got this scumbag, we're out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is I was also hearing about this, that the fact is that Glenn Beck, this is kind of the same, well, not the same circumstances, obviously, but when all the advertisers started pulling out of Glenn Beck, even if his show is very, very popular, they still had a very good view share for him. But because the marketer said, no, no, and then they said, you're gone. So, and apparently, from what I understand, a lot of advertisers pulled out from Paul Riley, too. So,
and what's funny is they've got a huge audience, but the people who pay the bills don't want to associate with their audience.
Yeah. It's funny.
You got a bunch of low rent rednecks, Mercedes-Benz. They're not going to be buying Mercedes-Benz. So
that's true.
Why should it be funny to show people can't even afford their own,
Well, they got to buy that Mercedes-Benz for their cousin wife.
Yeah. But I was also reading out Betsy DeVos is they're still trying to get her to see that public schools are the right way to go and not charter schools, not pay for schools. And they took her to Van Wert City Schools in Ohio, a town that's being hit hard by basically the economy, not having enough money for regular schools. And these are people who voted Trump into office, and they're the people who are going to be suffering for Trump being in office.
Yeah. Did you hear about this? Also, speaking of Betty DeVos, that Betty DeVos's Snapchat when they did the Easter roll or whatever, or it was at the Easter roll, or maybe it was on Melania's Snapchat. Somebody Snapchat at the Oval Office there. They took a picture of her, and it said that they misspelled education. You can't make this shit up.
Education?
Education.
Yeah, education. I was like, education. It's like, holy fuck. Are you fucking serious?
Well, that's something else. The whole Easter egg roll.
With the kid, right?
Go ahead. What'd you say, Connie?
Oh, no, that was something else. The whole Easter egg hunt. That's usually a really big outreach to, poor children near the area. They get to come in and they have a big event for that. And the Trump administration hadn't even set it up. It was, being thrown together half-assed at the end. Yeah. But I heard something about that there really weren't, there were all rich people there, or were the Trumps in Mar-a-Lago? I don't know. I mean, I just kind of missed all of that, but it was just it was an embarrassment.
What is it with him going to fucking Mar-a-Lago every fucking weekend? The money that's being spent on him going to Mar-a-Lago every fucking weekend to play golf at his own fucking golf centers, it could fund a lot of the shit that he wants to cut. The country's being scammed by this motherfucker.
Did you see how much money was spent for his kids going on a ski trip?
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah.
No, I saw a meme actually recently that all their like family trips combined could pay for that. I think the healthcare of like a 2 billion people or 1 billion people or something like that.
Yeah, just all the trips there alone. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Was that it then, Tom, or did you have something else on there?
That's pretty much it.
Okay, Atheist Ranger, what do you have for us today?
Did you guys? I know I came in late, so excuse me, but did you guys talk about the fucking mother of all bombs or the supposed chemical?
No, we have not talked about Moab yet. What do you got about the Moab?
The chemical attack, just I know as far as everyone else knows, but I highly doubt that Assad even did that because as far as I know, he gave up his chemical weapons like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last Friday, though, I thought.
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, okay. But he could also have some price somewhere, too.
This week, so I wasn't able to do any story research.
It's all right. It's been a busy week for everybody, so.
He probably has some stash somewhere.
Yeah, well, they always hold a little bit, someplace.
Yeah.
Well, you have to wonder who, if he didn't have them stashed, who gave them to him.
Yeah.
Who he bought them from.
So he probably got them from somebody and stashed them somewhere. So, they're probably hiding somewhere, wherever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever that might be.
Yeah.
Matt, do you have a story that you want to cover?
Actually, I do. I was on Flipboard today.
I used to have Flipboard. I haven't used that in a long time.
I actually like it.
Yeah, I used it for porn though, but that was
porn. It's a story about in Missouri, about the Supreme Court that's likely to rule against the Missouri church and state battle.
Oh, the playground?
I don't know.
What's going on there?
It has something to do about Trinity Lutheran Church in Columbia, Missouri.
Okay.
It sued the state after it was denied money from a state program to help nonprofits cover their gravel playgrounds with a rubber surface made from recycled tires.
Yep.
And the church wanted to improve the playground at its preschool and daycare center.
Yes.
Okay.
And for some reason, the state rejected it.
Okay.
It says no money shall ever be taken from the treasury, directly or indirectly, in any church, sect, or denomination of religion.
Are they all right? Is the state just for refusing to pay for the stuff for the playground because it's a church, or?
I guess so.
Yes.
That's perfectly reasonable then, because they should. These churches, if they want to operate, they got to operate on their own fucking shit.
Right. No, I agree.
I mean, those people out there going to say, but think of the children.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Private, and they're trying to make the state, trying to get money from the state, and it's just bullshit.
No, you're right. That is completely bullshit.
But as I understand it, the preschool is sort of like the outreach is part of a nonprofit extension, but it's still part of the church property.
Yeah,
right.
But it's actually going to the Supreme Court. They've taken it all the way up to the Supreme Court, so our new court's gonna rule on this thing.
Oh, say goodbye to state-church separation, everybody. Who wants to take a bet? Who wants to take a bet by, well, show of one hands anyway? Who thinks that because the way our courts are skewed right now, that the courts are going to go, yeah, well, church can do that, and they can get money from the state from other thing, then all bets are off at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I pretty much say goodbye to separation of church and state when Trump got elected.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was that.
It's unfortunate that it's especially unfortunate that this is having to do with children and everything. It's a real cluster mess.
But yeah, no, I get that. That's a major clusterfuck.
While we are poking at your news, you can poke us at Facebook and Twitter, or poke us with an email at ppapodcast@gmail.com, or leave us a message at 662-709-PPAP. Join us live on YouTube/Packard Pokesat on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. Be part of the conversation by live chatting with us during the show. Enjoy the show? Help support us by becoming a monthly patron at patreon.com/Packard Pokesat. Or look awesome by buying something at cafepress.com/Packard Pokesat. No money, no problem. You can help us by sharing the show with friends and rate us on iTunes and Stitcher. For everyone that shares and rates us, you kick ass.
The Atheists,
the Bible,
and No Wardrobe, the podcast.
Wait a minute. No wardrobe? You mean we're going to be naked while we do this?
Well, seeing how I'm an atheist and I'm reading the Bible, and since clothes are flammable, fired, I thought it might be a good idea to take them all off first.
Naked or not, follow along as we read, analyze, and try to keep you from falling asleep as we go through this boring-ass book.
Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Who knows? We may even be on YouTube someday.
I've got a couple different stories. Who heard about this guy that basically took and broadcast something live on Facebook that was probably, well, I shouldn't say probably was illegal. He apparently had murdered somebody.
The Facebook murder.
Yeah, the Facebook murder, yeah.
Oh, yeah, in Cleveland?
Yeah, in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
An old man on the street.
Yeah, just for no fucking reason. Just shot him. Well, they found him dead at his own hand. He shot himself.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there was a police chase. Somebody shot him at a McDonald's or something. The cop shot.
Yeah, he went to the drive-thru, and the drive-thru person recognized him, and they tried to stall him.
Yeah.
So they called the police and everything. And the guy left without his fries, and he probably knew that somebody recognized him, and he took off.
Yeah.
So
Apparently, the timeline of events at 11:09 a.m. First video of the internet murder uploaded, not reported to Facebook. 11 minutes later, second video of shooting uploaded. About 11 minutes later after that, 11:22, suspect confesses to murder while using live for 5 minutes. 11:27 Pacific. No, these are Pacific Daylight Time, so this is probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe.
yeah.
2
Well, if it's Pacific time, that would be 3 hours.
3 hours ahead, yeah. So
There, because
about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Cleveland is 1 hour ahead of us. So
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that'd be Eastern Standard Time there. Anyway, I don't know why they put it in Pacific Daylight Time. That doesn't make any sense for me, but probably because Facebook is located in the Pacific Daylight Time. Anyway, 11:27 Pacific Daylight Time, live ends, and then the live video is first reported shortly thereafter. 12:59 video shooting is first reported. 1:22 suspect's identity account is disabled. All videos are no longer visible to the public. And I was catching this news article, a news show, and they said that this guy was like, well, they should start monitoring all videos before they even, while they're being uploaded or while they're being watched or anything. It's like, that's just not possible. There's literally thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of videos going up every fucking second. It's fucking impossible.
but they should have a thing to report it, though. Like if somebody sees it and says, "Oh, this is good," they should report it, and then it should be taken down, right away.
Yeah, that's what they did. It was taken down within a couple of hours. I mean, but it was reported like right away. So I mean,
Yeah.
I actually saw the
30 minutes. It was reported within 30 minutes.
I actually saw the actual live feed and the shooting and everything.
You saw that?
Yep.
Wow, that's I couldn't watch something like that. I just
No,
couldn't.
neither could I.
No, he just went up and he said some woman's name and then just.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. He was apparently yelling some random woman's name. Apparently, some woman that spurned him or something.
I guess it was his ex-girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
And I guess his ex-girlfriend pissed him off, and he went on a rampage.
Yeah. I do have one other quick story here. It was kind of interesting. I thought that what is going to change, that might change the nature of what we know about physics a little bit. Physicists have created a fluid with a negative mass, which accelerates towards you when pushed. In the world, all right. This is how the article reads. It says, in the world every day, when an object is pushed, it accelerates in the same direction as the force applied to it. This relationship is described by Isaac Newton's second law of motion. But in theory, matter can have a negative mass in the same sense that an electric charge can be positive or negative. The phenomenon is described as, in Physical Review's Letters Journal, Professor Peter Engels of Washington State University and colleagues I'm going to try to get this rubidinium, rubidium, rubidinium, atom to just above the temperature above absolute zero, close to negative 273 Celsius, creating what's known as a Bose-Einstein condensate. In this state, particles moving extremely slowly and following behavior predicted by the quantum mechanics, acting like waves. They also synchronize and move together in what's known as a superfluid, which flows without losing any energy. To create the conditions for negative mass, the researchers used lasers to trap the rubidium atoms to kick them back and forth, changing the way they spin. When the atoms were released from the laser trap, they expanded with some displaying negative mass. Now, with the negative mass, if you push something, it accelerates towards you, said the co-author Michael Forbes, assistant professor of physics at WSU. He added, it looks like rubidium hits an invisible wall. The technique can be better used to understand the phenomenon, says the researchers. So that's kind of cool.
Wazoo, go Cougs. That's my dad's alma mater. Washington. Sorry.
So,
no, what would be the practical application for this?
I don't know. Well, it says here the heightened control also gives researchers a tool for exploring possible relationships between negative mass and phenomena observed in the cosmos, such as neutron stars, black holes, and dark energy.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
I need real, I need Sesame Street.
Okay.
To explain stuff to me, science to me. I love it, but
Well, it's gonna make that hamburger taste a lot better. You put a bite on it, and instead of it pushing away from you, it pushes back and it goes faster down your throat.
Hey, wait, no, can it put if I have somebody that I don't like and it's negative, can it make them go away? There we go.
Let's test this on Trump and Bill.
I was just thinking the same thing. Let's test this.
Maybe that's what they did to Bill O'Reilly. Maybe that's why he's going away. I don't know. I guess he'd be coming closer to us, but that.
Oh yeah, no. The more you push on the more faster it comes at.
Dang it!
We gotta give this to Trump. Say here, push on this, and then he just keeps pushing away.
Just stand him next to him.
Just stand next to him. Push as hard as you can, Mr. President.
We're gonna send you to Hawaii for a vacation on the Big Island and have a view of the volcano. It'll be like the ending of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I wish.
Sorry, my precious.
I did have one other thing. I have one other quick story. I did a little research before the show. Now, Tom, you're going to stay at a Holiday Inn, right?
Holiday Inn?
Yeah. You're not going to stay at the Holiday Inn over
to
at
Reason Con.
At the
Crown Royal.
It's Crown Royal or Crown Royal. Isn't that a drink?
That's something, Crown.
Okay. Well, see, I did check the Gateway to Reason website, and they're putting the package together, and it is for a Holiday Inn. This exactly affects the Holiday Inn chain, actually. The Holiday Inn hotels were hit by a card payment system hack. This is about 5 hours ago. The owners of the UK-based Holiday Inn and Crown Plaza hotel brand.
Crown Plaza. I knew it was a Crown something.
Yeah. Have disclosed a payment card stealing malware that has struck about 1,200 of its franchises properties. UK-based International Hotels Group, IHG, said all but one of its locations were affected in the U.S., with the other being in Puerto Rico. Guests have been warned that they could have money stolen as a consequence. One expert said that there might be further hotels affected. IHG had previously reported in February that a dozen U.S. hotels had managed itself to be affected by the same hack. Individuals should monitor closely their payment card account statements, a spokeswoman for the BBC following the latest discovery. If there's an authorized charge, the individual should immediately notify their bank.
At least if you use credit cards, though, it's insured. It's
well, not always. Not always. There's been times that the credit card companies have thought, well, this is your account, and even so, you say there's an authorized charge in there, they won't always help you. No, I'm not saying it's that.
Oh well, I'm talking about a card given via my bank.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, not all banks are created equal here. Anyway, the investigator detected signs that malware had been activated at the front desk payment system at hotels between September 29th and December 29th back in 2016. However, it has only confirmed that the threat was definitely eradicated last month. Attacked hijacked information taken from the payment cards, magnetic strips as they're being routed through the hotel's computer servers. So this could include card numbers, expiration dates, and verification code.
Here's the problem that I have with this. We find out about this months later.
Yeah.
Why doesn't this happen? Why aren't we notified right away about this?
That's a great question, but the reason why I think it happens is because the fact is that because of the nature of their business, they want to keep a lot of this shit on the down low because it affects their bottom line and their stock market price. So there's we'll just cover this. We'll just keep this in-house as possible, as much as possible. And then it finally, someone leaks it out to the rest of the public, and then they will say something after the fact, like, oh yeah, by the way, there might have been a problem between these times. So if you got an unauthorized charge, then you should, take care of it at that time. But I'm with you there, Matt, that they should have been a little bit more responsible. Most places are pretty responsible about that kind of shit. If they will, let people know that, hey, this system's been hacked, and go and change your account number or whatever.
Right. Well, my sister, I remember when Target had that problem.
Yes.
Yeah. My sister shops at Target a lot, and she started getting these unauthorized charges on her credit card, and it was like $4,000 worth of stuff.
Damn.
And she couldn't figure out why until everything came out with the Target thing.
Yeah.
So
I had one of my cards hacked, I guess. I don't know how, but they got a hold of my card number, and they had purchased about $200 worth of merchandise in South Carolina. And I was like asleep in bed at that time at 2 a.m. So yeah, I was like, not unless I went to North Carolina and came back in less than 15 minutes. I don't think that's possible. So,
Unless you did it in your sleep.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did it in my sleep. I got in my car.
Yeah.
I drove all the way down to South Carolina in 15 minutes. Made $200 purchase at a gas station. Drove all the way back just to wake up in time to go to work.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, I also suspect that they need time to assess what's actually going on rather than saying, "Oh, we're hacked."
Yeah.
What happened? We don't know yet.
Yeah. That's they have to
Right, no, I mean, I understand that, but I mean, it's usually it's like, you know, within 3 or 4 months after the fact that it happened.
Yeah.
You know,
watch those front desk credit card system.
You would think that if you're talking about a Holiday Inn, if they have people who have purchased hotel reservations, that they should be alerted in an email, at least. You know, if you don't have to have a broad alert, but just the people who are using your services to say, look, we suspect that there was something that's happened, we're looking into it, please check your credit information. I mean, and I think that the only problem I'm having is that, granted, I mean, we trust these organizations with the banks and everything and the credit companies, you know, but I'm just driven to think more and more how I have to be more proactive in looking at my bank statements, looking at my credit card statements, not just once a month, but to go ahead and just peruse it, because these things can happen really quickly. The only reason I knew, because about a year ago I had a hack, but it wasn't with a credit card, it was with a debit, and all of a sudden I couldn't use my card. I had been out shopping that day. And I went into my bank and they said, yeah, somebody down in California just withdrew like $500, and they tried to do it again, and we stopped it because this was unusual activity. Yeah. And that's when I sat down and talked with one of my bankers about getting. I don't want to get too much information about myself, but you know, to go ahead and get a credit card and to make purchases with your credit card, which are insured, and then pay it off with your bank account. And that was why, because the credit is insured. Now I could prove that I wasn't down in California. You know, I walked into the bank like an hour later, and I had to file. And in the meantime, there was a hold on that much money in our bank account. And so it's not that these credit companies aren't responsible to let us know, but I also say that we have this attitude, I think, in general, that we're very lax about being proactive about looking out for our own selves. Yeah. You know, and I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but myself, it's been hard to learn that.
Yeah. No,
anyway,
I totally get that. One of the places that get hit quite a bit, and you don't even realize it, and we've talked about it here on the show, is right at the gas pump. You know, you put your card in.
Yes.
And I think that was it was shortly thereafter when I had to go down to Milwaukee one time, and I had to fuel up at a gas pump, and I think that's probably where my credit card information was stolen. Right.
Somebody had some kind of a reader hack that was on that, or something. Yes.
Yeah, and they may not have even known it, and they might not even have known it at that time. So
because we're distracted and we're busy and
plus we've become very complacent. Everything's very convenient. It's convenient not to lose track.
Yeah,
that's a really good word.
Now gas pumps nowadays have a little piece of red tape on there, and if it looks broken, you're supposed to report it to the people inside, or don't use that thing there because it's been compromised. I mean, I'm not saying that can't be compromised even with the tape on there, but I mean, still just be aware. That's all I can do.
Well, that's why they've moved to the chip now.
Yeah, they're moving to the chip.
Chip can't be read off like the magnetic strip can be.
Yeah, all my credit cards have the chip.
Yeah, a lot of banks are moving over to the chip. I'm supposed to be getting mine soon, sometime soon.
Also, I noticed that there are a lot of places, at least around here, that the machines aren't chip ready. I mean, they have the slot for it, but it's not activated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially not at the gas pumps.
And the card that I had that was I had to give it back was that's the incident, because it had a chip, but we didn't have enough places that accepted the chip, and so I slid it, and so that card had to go away, and now I just have a magnetic strip again. It's like, oh dang it, I just got that chip thing.
Yeah. Well, you probably get another one eventually. Hey, we got to get out of here. It's been We've done our half hour. So anyway, come to our live show on Friday at 9 p.m. Central Time, right here on youtube.com/PackardPokeset. Check out our secondary show, The Atheist, the Bible, and No Wardrobe, which should be dropping sometime tomorrow morning. I've got to get it ready. I've been meaning to get around to doing that today, and I keep pushing it off. But I will get it ready, so you'll have it ready by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So be sure to check out that show. I think you'll enjoy it if you want to learn anything about the Bible, and you'll learn it probably from us than you will from a believer, because we actually tear it apart, line by fucking line.
Get the whole story.
Yeah, you get the whole story. You don't get half the story. We don't
just get the pretty parts.
Yeah, we don't give you just the pretty parts. We read the whole goddamn thing at you. All righty, that'll be all. So we'll see you then. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Later.
And that's a wrap.